Hello, I'm Jeff with another great review for you today. Today we are going to be reviewing MicroStitch. So as usual, I'm going to review it in 5 basic areas. First area is going to be the instructions that came with it, or if there's instructions for assembly or anything like that. Second is going to be based off of price. Third area is going to be based off of quality. Fourth area is going to be how easy was it to use or install depending on the product. And then the fifth area I'm going to be grading it on is, did it serve its purpose for me? Because my purpose may be slightly different than yours. So in each category, they can get a total of 10 points. For a total of 50 would be a perfect review. So let's get started. So let's grade the first area. The first area of grading is going to be based off instructions for use or instructions for assembly. This box came with 0 paper instructions, so there's nothing in the box that you can use to learn how to use the product. However, there is a QR code on the back that allows you to scan it and go to a website which gives you all the full details. Normally, if there's no paper written instructions at all, I would take 5 points off the grading right off the beginning. However, I thought that the website was very easy. As soon as you clicked on it, it took you right to the website, told you how to use it, also gave you tips and ideas for other things as well. So instead of taking off 5 points, I'm going to take off just 2 points on that. So this one, on area number 1, instructions for use, out of 10 points, I'm going to score it an 8. Okay, now moving on to grade the second area, which we consider the price. Price is currently on Amazon at $27.95 with a 20% discount. So even at the regular price of $27.95, I didn't feel it was a big investment. However, for me, I had also taken consideration that this product is probably going to only use 1 or 2 times. I bought it for a client that I had to use to make a product for him, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So I really wanted to make sure I wasn't spending a lot on this product in order to get it and have it do what I wanted it to do. But I felt $27.95 wasn't bad. I thought I'd give it a try. And of course, with Amazon, I had free returns. So if I didn't really like the product, I could send it back and get a full refund on that. So out of 10 points, $27.95 for the cost of it, I'm going to score it a 10. I didn't think it was a bad price at all. All right, the third area we're going to grade it on is quality. Now this is all plastic made, but I don't really feel that it had to be made out of anything else. I feel that it's a good thick plastic. I don't feel like it's a cheap plastic. After using the product, I was very happy with it. It seemed to work fine. I don't think there's going to be any issues with that. So out of a 10, I'm going to give this one a 10. All right, when we talk about area number 4, is its ease of use or its ease of installation. Obviously, there's no installation on this one, so we're just going to talk about how easy was it to use. The website was very clear on its directions, and I got to be honest, it was extremely easy. You just simply insert the needle, which at first it takes a little bit of a trick to line it up, but once you figure that out, it's pretty easy to insert that needle into there. And then we're going to insert the clip into the top till we hear a click. All right, and then we're going to just simply push the needle through our fabric, and then we're going to squeeze the handle. So I have just a t-shirt here that I'm just going to kind of take these 2 edges here, push the needle through, make sure it's all the way through like so. See the needle sticking out, and I'm going to squeeze the handle. And that's it. It applied a little tack there. So if I do a second one, that's it. Now you can see there's 2 simple little tacks in there holding that together. So that's it. The biggest thing I would say to be concerned about is making sure you don't push the needle into your fingers. But when we talk about how easy it is to use, that scores a 10 in my book. The last area is, did it serve its purpose? My purpose may be different than your purpose. I was doing a custom frame for a client where they wanted to display a piece of cloth, and the cloth meant a lot to them. So I didn't want to use any glue. I didn't want to use any tape, but I had to find a way to tack it to the backboard, and I used corrugated plastic on the backside, and I wanted to tack it to that so I could put it like in a picture frame. Well, obviously, I thought it was extremely easy to use. It went through the corrugated plastic with no problem at all, and it worked well for me. So for my purpose, it scored a perfect 10. All right. My wife also used it to just kind of set up a hem so that she could hem a pair of pants. So she used that just to tack it in place, and then she was able to run it through the sewing machine and actually hem it. She thought it was extremely easy to use as well. So for when we talk about did it serve its purpose, I'm going to score it a 10. So to recap our scoring so far, we have instructions for use. I only scored it an 8. Price, I thought it was comparable to where I wanted it to be, so I scored that a 10. Quality, I thought it was fine, scored that a 10. Easy to use, which it was, that scores a 10. And did it serve its purpose for me? It scored a 10. So out of a total of 50 points, I scored a 488. I give the MicroStitch 2 thumbs up, and I would highly recommend it.